Sanibonani bafundi baka matric matebeletseni. Good afternoon. Welcome to IEP Live. Full videos. You can get full videos of this lesson at Itala Edu platform accounting, and then you can also interact with me on Mobi app to ask questions. Namhlanje grade 12 sizokwenza i-fixed assets. Kufanele ukuthi ngi-share information lapha ku-fixed asset. Bayathanda ukuthi bayibuze le question i-fixed assets. Mhlawumbe ama-marks alabeko 16 marks, 20 marks or 25 marks, right? So we're going to do the fixed asset. But before we go on the calculation and do, maybe take an example of the previous question paper, I'll just share what is fixed assets, right? So the fixed assets, right? Is a way to fix assets. These are the assets that can take longer, right? It's not easy to convert it into cash, right? It can be land and buildings, right? So example of this can be land and buildings, as you know, land and buildings. It can be motor vehicle. It can be equipment. Maybe you get, sometimes it can be also a furniture, but at high school we always focus on this three, right? So that is basically the example of the fixed assets that are not easily to convert into cash. Okay, then where are we going to record this fixed asset? On the fixed asset register. So I record that with fixed assets register. So what is it that we record on the fixed asset register? We record these assets, right? We also, in fixed asset register, we also have the asset that we purchase. You see on the movements, on the table, on that table of the fixed asset that you normally see, where they're talking about the movement, we have something called ADD. So in the fixed asset register, we record the assets, and then we've got this ADD, right? This ADD, it's additional cost. So this one is a purchase, additional cost, right? Or purchased. Then this one is a disposal, and then this one is a depreciation. Also, in the C record now, futhi kwi-fixed asset register, ama-asset esiwathengile, esiwadayisile, as well as the depreciation, its respective depreciation. So that is basically a fixed asset, right? So there are different methods that you may use if you calculate a fixed asset. There's the straight line method, or we call it a cost, or it's a fixed installment method, right? And then there's also a diminish, right? So calculation of depreciation, right? Calculation of depreciation. I always draw this graph, right? So this one is a straight line, it's a fixed, right? And then another one, so it's a straight line, this one. So it's a fixed or cost price or a fixed installment method. Or it can be the one of the diminish, which means it's going down, that one. It's a diminish or carrying book value. Okay, maybe let's go on question 2018 question paper. There's a question paper that I have here. Go on that question paper where we are supposed to calculate. I can show it on the screen. 2018 question paper. Okay, table. I'm not sure that it does. Yeah, it's fine. I need that table. What is the question there? Calculate the missing amounts denoted by A until to E. Right? Let's calculate that. Okay? So let's calculate again those missing amounts. So you're going to get a question like this, grade 12. So maybe let's start with okay, let's start with A. Okay. Right, so let's calculate OA. OA, remember, if we go down, normally we're going to say that figure there, there's a carrying book value at the beginning, then the buildings, minus the figure that is, sorry, plus the figure that is on A is equal to that figure that we are getting there, 6,192,350. But now, since that figure, since OA is in the middle, remember, in order to get that figure down there, we have to say OA plus OB equal to OC. We are doing a simple mathematics of grade 1, right? So OA we already have, OB we don't have OB, right? But we have C. So how are we going to get OA again now? A we do have A. This is 4, 2, 5, 6, 350. Right? Plus, we don't have this one. We do have C. We simply transpose. Everyone can get this one. Right? Then you simply transpose. You have a box here. Right? So now, what are we going to have? We're going to have 6,192,350 minus 4,256,350. Right. So your answer now. Okay, let's calculate the answer here on the calculator. So we have 6,192,350 minus 4,256,350. So we get our answer there. Our answer is 193. Yes, that is our answer. Right? That's the answer there for getting OA. So you already have OA there. Now let's go to B. Right? Where is B? B is there. Is there with the vehicle. It's always nice, grade 12. As soon as you calculate the figure, you write on your answer book. Also in a table like this one, you put it. For instance, now, if you are saying, okay, land and buildings, because calculate land and buildings, man. Right, 4,26350 plus le figure sitholile, so thola le elapha ezantsi u6192350. Then ke grade 12 sesiya manje ku B, right? Asambe siyobalana u B ke manje. U B uzomthola kanjani? U B ulapha is base, it's a cost price. Yeah, the cost price ye vehicle, right? Remember, in order to get nakhona futhi sensaleya method A plus B equal to C, but this time around it's A minus B equal to C. In order to get U-A asinayo, uyelo esimfunayo, U-A. U-B sinayo U-B. U-B wethu namo 419,750. U-C sinaye 535,250. Right? So transpose ale manje. Right, 53250 grade 12 minus 419750. Right. So you are proving now this now. What is missing? So let's calculate. Let's calculate together. So we have 535,250 minus 419,750. So that's answer A2. It's 1155. 1155. Sorry. Our answer there it's okay. Let's check the answer there. Oh, sorry, the sign. Remember here it was minus, right? So here, as soon as we transpose, the sign is going to change here, right? So which means we have to add. See, let's add there. Okay, so we have 535,250 plus 419,750. So you get the answer there. It's 955,000. That's our answer there. If now this is B, if now we go to B minus 419,750, you're going to get 535,250. That is a carrying value at the beginning of the year. Now let's go on the movements. Uma movement is check in lapana, check addition. Call it addition grade 12 njoba uyazi, or we call it additional cost. Right? C ke manje. Let's go to C. Okay. C ke manje. Let's go to C. C the cost, the additional cost of during the year on the movements. Right? So sinayo cost yethu at the beginning, sicalculatile, right? Sinayo cost at the end. So which means the cost during is over base lab. So the cost yethu at the end, ubani. Remember we have the cost at the end A1415000. Now later the second will be, then we can get the cost here during. Okay. So now our cost at the end. It's 141 for the vehicle. Yeah, 140. Then minus right. The cost is totally 955,000. Then you get your answer there. Just calculate again. Put this tola bani. Tola 141,500 minus 955,000. So our answer is 460,000. So we have 460,000. That is our answer. Okay. Usuyabhala futhi khona lapha ku table question paper yakho. Uphinde futhi umbhale kwi answer book, because ama question lapha aya developer kwenye, so wise ukuthi uphinde futhi uyibhale, because you may find ukuthi it can be easy for you to get the following answer. Okay, then let's go and calculate ke manje ud. Let's go and calculate ud now. Let me get another page for ud. Let's calculate ud. How do you get ud? Ud is based on equipment. Ud and E on equipment. Let's go to D. Right. Let's get D. Okay, what is D? D, it's depreciation. It's depreciation on the movements, which means during the year. Remember, at the beginning of the year, during the year, the end of the year. It's depreciation there. So, kona manje futhi asinayo i-addition, i-disposal asinayo. Right. So let's go now and calculate in that depreciation. So let's go and read again now. Again, this equipment, the push method, they are using a diminished balance method or a straight line, right? So equation is saying equipment is using a carrying book value, right? Calculation of depreciation. Let me just share with you this one. Calculation of depreciation before we go to the calculation, our calculation. So either you are using two methods. Okay, these are the two methods. Right, two methods. The first one, we call it cost price, right? Or we call it straight line. Straight line, or we call it fixed installment method, right? So la you are saying cost price times by a rate. It's a percentage times by time. So this is how we normally call this art, right? Actual amount, rate, and time, right? This is art, right? This is art. This is art, right? This is actual amount. This is rate, okay, percentage as well as time. So we are proving this art, right? This is time. So this is the cost. And then there will be another method called a diminish balance method. Diminish balance method, right? Or we call it carrying book value. Carrying book value. Or just book value. So if you get a straight line, this one if you go to cost price, right? Lapha ngisho futhi cost price laphana. Now futhi cost price minus accumulated depreciation of that particular asset times by a rate. It can be in the form of a percentage times by time. So that is basically the formula, right? But again, now let's go back to our question again. Now our question is equipment we are using a carrying book value, right? Equipment. So we have to calculate there UD. UD is under equipment. If you look at those column there, right? So now let's go and calculate again now. Depreciation using a diminished balance or a carrying value, right? Or call it carrying value, right? Or diminished balance. Okay, let's go and calculate UD. Balamanje UD. Okay, now UD wethu. Remember usimayile A, no B, no C. D manje. How to calculate UD? So for sitting 1.5 or you cost to 1.5, right? Minus our accumulated depreciation at the beginning, that is 595,000, right? Then uthole i-answer yakho, right? Remember, stay cost price, right? Less accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation of that particular asset. This is our accumulated depreciation. Times by a rate, times by time, right? Yes, times by a rate, times by time. So this is our rate and our time. Our rate is what is 20%. Then our time is 12 over 12. Because yeah, it's 12 over 12 there. Okay. Now we have to say 1.5, 1, 2, 3 minus cost price less accumulated depreciation, that is 595,000, right? You get the answer, and then times by 20%, right? Times by 1/1. So you get now 181,000, right? 181,000. That's how you calculate UD. Okay, asibale u-E before sekwenye equation ke manje. Asini u-E. How do you calculate UE? UE, uyini UE? UE disposal. Right? Disposal, remember when you are selling the fixed asset, it can be land and buildings, motor vehicle, or equipment. Now, if you UE, builder, lama question lawo seswa calculating. That's why I'm saying it's wise not to wenza equation efana le uphinde wabhala ama-answer akho khona la kwi-question paper yakho la usuwatholile uphinde futhi wabhale nawo i-answer book ngoba phela kuzomapha vele i-answer book. You are making your life easy if wenza kanjalo. Okay, acheckeni ke u-E. U-E, it's a disposal, right? But asinayo i-addition yethu, right? So ubase kuphi sinayo izona yethu i-cost price yethu at the beginning of the year engu 1.5 million, right? 1.5 minus, right, minus accumulated depreciation engu 595, right? Okay. And old equipment was scrapped at the value of at the carrying value on 28th of February. That is on the last day, right? Okay, so minus 95,000. Okay, let's calculate that. Spawn to sithola bani 1.5 million minus 595. You get 905,000, right? Minus UD wakho. Remember ngisho lapha ku D sithole bani? Sithole u-181,000. This one is coming in. Less that one. And then ulese ubani ke manje u-6,2. 6,000, right? Okay, let's calculate here now. Minus 18110 2 minus 626. So you told about it manje 98,000. So 98,000 it's our disposal. It's our figure for UE for 98,000. Remember grade 12, what we are doing here is this. Okay, let me go back quickly. Maybe like before I go back on what we were doing. Remember, this is note number 3, fixed or tangible asset, as you see on the table. This is fixed or tangible asset. Right. So what is happening here? We have land and buildings. Right. We have a vehicle. Right. We have equipment. Right. We have equipment. We have carrying book value at the beginning. Carrying value at beginning of the year. At beginning of the year, right, we have this figure there, right? Cost price, let me move this calculator. Cost price as well as accumulated depreciation. Right. So what is happening here? E-motor vehicle, it does not depreciate at high school level. At high school level, I see I depreciate here, appreciate. But if you study further, it does depreciate. Okay? And then you have the movements here. You have amount movements, which means something that happened during the, I'm focusing only on the land and building for now. Then we have movements. Right. We have this thing that I call it ADD. Right? ADD, this is addition. Additional cost. This is disposal. Disposal is always in the middle, it's like a sandwich. And then this is depreciation. Right. This is our depreciation. So maybe we bought land and building here. If that figure is there, we're going to add these two figures, disposal as well as depreciation. If akhona, so abhala in brackets. Right. And then we repeat one and the same thing as in the beginning, but now at the end. So now we have carrying book value at the end of the year. So we have cost price, as well as accumulated depreciation. Right. So our cost price, so now you are adding now. You are saying the cost here plus this cost is equal to this cost. That's what you are proving here. If you go down, you add. If you go down. If you are going down, we are add. But now, land and building, remember, does not depreciate. So always here, there will be always nothing. There will always zero. Right. So now, if you are saying this cost plus this cost here, that is during the year, you get the cost at the end. Right. And then you get your total here. So same thing now with vehicle, right? On the vehicle, you'll be having a cost price there, minus accumulated depreciation is equal to carrying book value at the beginning. Maybe you have the figure here of the cost, you have a disposal, you have the depreciation, right? The figure for depreciation, if it's there, the figure must put in bracket. In order to get your figures at the end, you're going to take the cost plus the cost, you get the cost at the end, right? Then for you to get the accumulated depreciation, this bracket here plus these three brackets, you get the bracket here. You see. Same thing now with equipment. So as you go down, we are add, as you go up, we are minus, and you do the opposite. So you'll be tested to calculate backwards or downwards. So that's what basically you are doing here, right? Maybe let's quickly go to another question. Let's go to another question quickly. I know time is no longer on our side, but let's do that question. I think you will assist you as well. Let's go to that question. Right. Let's look at this question. You finish. Okay, let's look at that question. This is okay. Let's go on that table. On the table, right? Okay, let's go on the table. The second one. And no A. Yeah, there's the table. A. Calculate A, B, C, D. Okay. So siyakwazi ukubala A. Angisho yabona lapha siya reverse nakhona sinaye A plus B is equal to C. So sizo minus lapha sithole ifigure yethu. So sikabona A ke manje. How to get A? You have to say 2, 5, 50, 1, 2, 3, right? Minus 3, which means the addition cost. Because we're going up, so we have to minus. If we're going down, we're going to add, right? Minus this. Just tolerable man, just tolerable 2, 2, 2. Sorry for that. Let me just show on the screen. Yeah, 000. So you get A Okay, let's go to B quickly. Let's go to B. B, what is B is all about? B is there on the vehicle as well as C, right? To calculate in lapha B, calculator depreciation. Depreciation here to a vehicle. Depreciation on the vehicle is calculated at 20%, right? A company on page 11 then, the company has two vehicles. On 28th of February 2017, one of these vehicles was purchased on February. Our year end, it's September. So which means here for OB, we've got the new vehicle and the old. These are vehicles. We have the new vehicle and the old. What is the cost price of the new vehicle? You check during the year on addition. Cost price of the new vehicle is 422,550, right? Times by OR rate, that is 20% divided by 100, times by time of the new one. So if you calculate from September to the new, to the year end, September, because we are called as Yambala, if what was a month end, we're not going to calculate to September. So September, October, November, December, January, February. So 6 months times by 6 divided by 12. So it's 12 figure A to Lapana, say quickly, 422, 550 times by 20%, times by 6 divided by 12. You get your answer M of 42255. Right, and then quickly the old vehicle. Endala is on a vehicle. Remember, sebenzisa in lapha for sebenzisa cost price, right? Cost price yakhona ikwale endala 350. Always if you calculate old, you times by 12 over 12 for the time, which means that is 1. There's no need even of writing. So it's 350, right, for the old, times by R and T for the art, actual amount and time. This is our actual A. E rate is 20%. Time is 12 over 12. There's no point of writing this because it's just 1, right? So the answer there is calculated 350, 123 times by 20%. You get to 70,000. Right, you get to 70,000. Now you have 70,000, right? And then the carrying book value to Iubani, 35,000. So you can see that there's something wrong here, right? Our depreciation is 70,000, our carrying book value 35,000. So there's something wrong here, right? So what are we going to do now? We have to minus 1, right? So from this 35,000 of the carrying value, minus 1. So if you minus 1, okay, let's part the calculator, 35,000 minus 1, you get 3,499. Right, there's 3,499. So that's what is happening now. Okay, so then our depreciation in total will be this one. So therefore we have 4,225, right, plus 3,499, right? Or 999. So let it depreciation here to M. Okay, let's add plus 4,225 plus 3,499. So our depreciation will be 77,254. That will be our depreciation. Then again, ngicela ucalculate uC ngoba isikhathi sesishaya uC ucalculate because usimilar than lokho kade besikwenza ngale eqaleni uC, right, mhlawumbe nje on these 2 minutes uC. Remember uB sesinayo ngisho, so uC is very easy. usiso thibani u-35,000, right? 35,000 plus le figure siyithole laphana ku-B wethu engu-42 550, right? Minus u-77 nice calculation lapha ku-B minus 77254, right? So siyabala ke manje 35,000 plus 422,550 minus 77254. So sithola manje bani? Sithola u-380,296, right? I don't know whether maybe isikhathi sasivumela mhlawumbe we can calculate D and E. Okay, let's go to D and E quickly because we still have some few minutes. Okay, let's go to D. How to calculate D? D is very easy. Ulapha equipment, right? Ulapha on a equipment. It's a table again, that one, right? It's a table. Okay, ngizoyenza ngala. Ngizoyenza ngala then. Ngizoyenza ngala a table the table ofuna sibenze draw lapha. So there's a table lapha. I mean, let's show them on page 11. That table. In the table lapha on page 11. Yes. No. The first one. I mean down a bit. Down a bit. No, down. No. Control on top of that. Okay. Down. Sure. No. Yes. On page 11, just scroll it. Okay, so the I'm going to increase scroll. I need that table. Can take it up a bit. Yes, sure. So there's this table here of extract from a fixed asset register. Remember, we said the fixed asset register is a register that we record all the fixed asset. What we record there is ADD. I mean, the addition of the fixed asset disposal, depreciation. How they are. I mean, we calculate our depreciation. So we have a table, as you see, on 2015, 2016. As well as 2016 December, right? For this table, the bona lapana, sine cost price, sine depreciation, sine carrying book value, book value, and then we're told here that we are using what? We are using a diminish. We are using a diminish method for the equipment on the information, right? We are using a diminished method. So cost price, we do have cost price. The cost price here too on 2015 120 ubona rasinikeziwe ubhaliwe, and then now 12,000, and then we are saying cost price minus accumulated depreciation is equal to the carrying book value 108,000. So now the cost would be the same also here, right? And that will be the same, right? So now what? 120 cost price 123 less 12,000 is equal to 108. Because we are using the carrying book value, you times now this with a percentage, which means 10%. Times by 10%. Thola bani ke manje uthole 108. I mean, uthole 10,800. So which means last nobani is not 10,800. Simthathe times by 10%. So comes here. Yabona? Then usuthi ke manje cost price less accumulated depreciation, right? So which means 120,000 minus 10,800. Uthole bani? Uthole 109,200. Uphinde futhi you carry with 10% divided by 100. Uthole ifigure laphana times by 10%. Uthole u10 sorry u1092, but remember le silokhu December, right? From December, this is from December to the year end, so which means it's I mean ayihlalanga unyaka this one, so it's December, January, February, so we've got 2 months here, times by 2 divided by 12, right? Sithole bani ke laphana, sithole okay, let's calculate that one. Sithole u8, sithole u8 100, right? 100 lapha if calculate the duration, so which means UE, not UE, sorry, UD, which means UD it's 120. All these figures are there on the table. It's 120 minus okay, maybe like let's take this one. 120,000 for cost price minus 12,000 low lapha phezulu kwi-table, right? Minus 10,800, now 10,800 minus 8,100, right? Lo simtholela 100, right? Is equal to, okay, let's try about 120,000 minus 12 minus 10,800 minus 8,100. So sithola manje bani u89,100. So that's an answer yaga D. And then the last one u-E. U-E ke usesimple. Sesi-add yonke into elapha ezansi carrying book value. Our carrying book value is 2550. Simtholile u-C, right? U-C simtholile, sithole bani laphana u38029. Si-add leya figure o59994. Sithole bani u-E. Okay, quickly 2550 isikhathi siyashaya manje plus 380,296 plus, remember usilo sitholele ukhona le phezulu uC wethu, right? This is our C plus 50,994, right? Sithole answer yethu ke laphana. Okay, let's calculate our answer quickly. Sithole i-answer yethu engu 2,981,290. So that's an answer. Ngiyacabanga ukuthi bafundi nisizakele ke mhlawumbe kule question efana nalena, ngingayithola i-question efana nale. Kwesinye isikhathi ithebula lingobelaphi bangalibuza le thebuleli utho ukuthi kuthiwa sebenzisa ini i-straight line not i-diminish method njengoba kade kwenzeka. So yona ibalwa ngendlela ehlukile, awusho ukuthi carry, you see, ubala by using i-straight line method, you see, taking on the cost. Siyabonga ke bafundi, ingakhohlwa ke silokhuza ukuthola ama-lesson more with more, I mean, on Edu Itala, right? So that you can get the full lesson there, Edu Itala accounting, and interact with us on Mobi app, so that you can able to ask questions. Thank you so much. 12 2023.